Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So there is this video flying around about this woman who actually called a 5-year-old child the N word, right? And why that it's going on. The child probably wanted to play with the toys, and she flipped, started screaming, right? Started yelling what they know how to do best. And the man there confronted her, and she kept yelling that back to back and forth, see. And then she ended up starting a GoFundMe. The problem with them, they always think that they can make a joke out of black trauma. I mean, they are going to look for trouble, and when you stand up to defend yourself, they are the victims. She started a GoFundMe, and people donated almost 300 and something US dollars that people raised so far. And thank goodness that was people started reporting that, because tell me how you did that and you went to start a GoFundMe. You are a criminal, you are a thief. So they already blocked that, thank goodness. And some black people are comparing what happened to Carmelo Anthony to this. I want you all to remember that that was a child. And moreover, that word is not, you cannot use that word on anybody. But yelling that on a 5-year-old child, you must really be sick in your head. Let's get into this video.
So I think by now we've all seen the viral video of the white woman named Shiloh Hendricks calling a 5-year-old the N-word at the park over a dispute over a toy between toddlers. So the backstory for those that haven't seen, small child, 5-year-old, took her 18-month-old's toy, so she says, and in terms of conflict resolution, she thought it would be genius to call this 5-year-old the N-word because he, what she says, stole her child's toy out of the diaper bag. This whole situation escalated where there was a gentleman in the park who witnessed it all go down in terms of the woman, Shiloh Hendricks, calling this 5-year-old the N-word. And he confronted her with his camera rolling, asking her, why did she call that child the N-word? Shiloh doubles down on calling the child the N-word because she said he was acting like an N-word when he stole her child's toy. And she continued to spew the hate throughout that clip. Now that we are beyond that clip, she's been exposed. Her information has been exposed. People have identified where she lives, her phone number, her social security number. All of her information has been thrown all across the internet for her egregious behavior. Shiloh has now created an account similar to GoFundMe where she is asking for help to protect her family. She's asking for monetary donations because her and her family are in fear of their lives because of the harassment that she is getting for the comments that she made. And I want to show y'all this page where she's taking donations so that y'all can see how much she's asking for, how much she's already raised. And the bigger piece, we can read some of these comments from these anonymous donors so that we can get a full picture. For those that are in doubt about the America that we live in, let's take a look at some of these comments on this donation page. So this here is the donation page that Shiloh Hendricks has set up, that she has set up for her and her family. The original asking amount for this page was $150,000. It has been up to $250,000, and she's already raised shy of $270,000. But the point of us going to this Give, Send, Go donation page is I want y'all to see some of these comments. Some of these comments on this post here. Protecting the future of white children. You did what every other human being would do for their child. Protect them. You did nothing wrong. Thank you for helping stop white guilt. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Americans shouldn't have to live in fear of scumbag foreigners. We must secure secure the existence of our people and the future of white children. It's fair to say we've had enough. Decades of propaganda have failed to hide the obvious truth. Thank you for being a strong mother and speaking up, as opposed to the weak man whose son was murdered by Carmelo Anthony. Like, what the hell does this have to do with Carmelo Anthony? Hope this helps to avoid a trash culture. Then here we go, another reference to Carmelo Anthony in this long-winded statement. But these are all anonymous donors. Of course they're anonymous. And they've not only helped her reach the goal, she's far exceeded the goal, but it really shows for all of you guys that are in doubt about the America that we live in, this is America right here. I'm not familiar with this Give, Go, Send platform, but I don't know if there's something that we can do to facilitate a movement to get this page taken down, because under no circumstances should she be able to monetize this type of behavior. She should not be able to profit off of it. She needs to sit in everything that she has done. This type of hate should not be tolerated. And whoever this Give, Send, Go platform is, if they refuse to take this funding site down for this cause, then it speaks to a bigger issue within this company, that you would allow for someone like this to even post a financial request for such egregious behavior. There's no way that she can justify her behavior. There's just no way. A 5-year-old taking, or what she says, stole her 18-month-old toy, that you can call this child an N-word and you double down on it. You have no problem with saying it over and over and over again in that video. Yeah, you guys go to the page. Let's see if we can report it, if we can get this page taken down, because she does not need to collect a dime for this behavior. Drop in the comments and let me know y'all thoughts on this ridiculous story. Just a quick update. In the 10 minutes that it has taken me to edit this video, the page is now at $278,000 in 10 minutes. That is up about $10,000 in a matter of 10 minutes. 278 and counting. We need to do something to get this page taken down. This is hate speech within those comments, and it should go against any type of ethical code that this company stands on. We need to get the page taken down now. Google Shiloh Hendricks, and this page will pop up. Let's get it removed ASAP so that she cannot collect any of these funds. Please like, comment, and share this video so that we can work to get as many people on board so that we can work at getting this page taken down. These type of individuals should not be able to gain monetarily for their hate, their racism, all of that. We need to show that we are not tolerating this kind of behavior, and we will not sit and watch you gain financially for such egregious behavior, especially behavior such as this towards a 5-year-old child. Like, share, comment. Let's get as many people eyes on this so this page can be taken down ASAP.
So I heard about that winter wench who decided to call a black autistic child who was 5 years old the N-word multiple times. First of all, I don't know why y'all shocked. Their funding of the GoFundMe is quite literally just a response to the Austin Metcalf Carmelo Anthony situation. Oh, one of yours did something to one of ours and then you funded him, so we're gonna do the same thing and see how y'all like it. Now those two situations, besides the whole black and white thing, aren't even remotely similar, but hey, go off. Now the first situation was two high school kids. Let's be real here. Outside of the black and white thing, there was like no special needs or anything like that. This situation is vastly different. That is a fully grown adult woman. Like, if we were talking Pokemon terms, we like to go relate things. That is a female Raticate or a female Pidgeot. Let's be real here. Versus a male child who's barely elementary school age with special needs. And if we're going to keep with the Pokemon comparisons, small male Zubat that hasn't learned how to fly yet. Yeah. In none of those comparisons does that even compare. That is wild. And as far as X goes, I don't know why y'all surprised. That place is a supremacist playground ran by a supremacist who literally has, a Hydra adjacent bloodline. Let's be real here. That place is a lost cause. It's done. Those people don't even have logic. Let's be serious when it comes to this. Like, those aren't even remotely the same situations at all. Now, I get that there are some people that just want to see the other side suffer on both ends. Like, yeah, that's problematic. Y'all are problematic. And honestly, all of y'all need help when it comes to that. Go somewhere with that. But there is no comparing those two situations at all. Like, one is absolutely bad. The other one was a confrontation between two people. Like, no, we are not going to go try and compare these two. Y'all are absolutely screwed up. And let that be my child. And had it been my mother, like, had my mom been there and this had been me, oh, Lord, no. Yeah, there wouldn't have been a GoFundMe unless, they were going to get in a casket or something like that.
If you ever needed proof that racism is still alive and well and widely supported, then you should use this lady as the example. She's seen on camera calling a black child the N-word, and when she was confronted about it by another adult, she stood 10 toes down on the fact that she said it, and in fact said, well, if that's what he's going to act like, then that's what I'm going to call him. She was loud and proud in that video when she said it, and she claims that she only said it because she believes that the black child stole something out of her baby's bag. And even if the child did, what? And now she's on the internet crying, asking for support because she's being harassed after you harassed a black child, and that her information is being leaked and the location of her gym is being leaked and she may need to change her child's school. Now, after she started begging on the internet, she was able to raise $220,000. People thought that they should support her so much so that she raised over $200,000. And my burning question is, why is it that everybody else is harassing her but the police? Is this not a hate crime against a minor? Does she not need to be held accountable for her behavior? And crying now when you were sitting on that camera looking like this, proud of your actions, is diabolical. Because why cry now? Stand 10 toes down.
On today's episode of What's Got the Internet Divided, we have the Shiloh Hendricks situation. Shiloh Hendricks is a Minnesota woman that is going viral right now. Pretty much everywhere on the internet you can think of, because a Somalian man recorded her calling his son the N-word with the hard R, because she caught that little boy stealing something out of her diaper bag. And as expected, black people are in uproar and all types of shit, and you got the liberal whites saying, oh, let's make her famous. And you know what that's done? It's got her Give Sengo filled with money. Well over $250,000. Y'all did all that doxing and shit and wanting and shit. You know what I mean? All that trying to expose this woman. And guess what? She just banking in on all you motherfuckers. Now the Somali man that was recording her, apparently he's been in trouble with the law in the past. He was allegedly one of those type of people that, let's say, how can I put it? He was a little too friendly with children. I'll just leave it there. But those charges were apparently dismissed last I checked. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I don't know why black people are so mad at this, for this woman getting so much money for basically dropping the N-bomb. I mean, hell, y'all paid Carmelo Anthony hundreds of thousands of dollars for killing a white boy. Killing him. But you're mad at a white chick who's getting money for saying the N-word? Hey, let's call a spade here. Both sides are fucked. Look, that's just how I look at the whole thing. No, I don't agree with her dropping the N-bomb. Of course I don't. But hey, I'm willing to call a spade a spade. Black people got to make Carmelo Anthony's family somewhat rich after him, taking the life of that white boy, Austin Metcalf. And here we go, a couple weeks down the line, get this white lady dropping the N-bomb on a Somali kid because the Somali kid wanted to be a thief. I think that balances everything out. But let me know what y'all think about this. Like, share, and follow for more.
So a white woman defends her child from being bullied in a park, is recorded by a man who was arrested for what? And y'all are outraged at the mom for using a word? A word. Y'all are doxing and threatening a woman because she used a word? to the point where she needs to ask for help to relocate her family. And this is the world we live in. A mom defending a word hurts y'all so much. A word that y'all use every day. A word you use in music every day hurts you so much that you decide, a mom defending herself. And then the person that recorded it, where's the parents at to the child? Have they came out? Have they told us why their child was in the park by himself? No. Y'all won't hold that person accountable. Y'all just want the kids to run around and tear shit up. This is what I'm talking about. And I'm glad that white folks see this bullshit and are helping this lady. Let's get at them.
I don't know if y'all noticed it or not, but these other races are going to stick together every time. And this situation is a prime example. I don't know if y'all seen the video of the little boy who was at the park, or I'm too deep off the TikTok streets, but I was scrolling down my For You, and it was a little boy. He was at the park, and another lady who is, a different race from him called him the N-word. And she goes on to grab her baby, and somebody started recording. Thank God that the man was there, because ain't no telling what else would have happened. But the man ended up asking her, what did she say? And she proudly said, he's a N-word, right? So the man started recording her, basically letting her know he's going to put her all over social media, and he hoped she could take the heat. Y'all, this man definitely put her all over social media, and she definitely they found out where she stayed, where she gym at. She was saying that her oldest son might not even be able to go back to school, but I can say in that same manner, she ended up raising over $200K. She called a little boy an N-word and ended up raising over $200K. And you can only imagine who donated. You can only imagine who's standing by her side. You can only imagine who feel like she didn't do anything wrong. And he is just another N. And it sucks. It's like, dang, I don't know. I just be feeling like, why do our skin color, like, why do us being darker, like, why we always got to fight for our life, Lord? Our kids can't even go to the park. If that would have happened the other way around, we sure would have been able to raise up no $200K.
I'm here to talk about Shiloh Hendricks, the racist Caucasian woman who threw the N-word out multiple times while being recorded with no care. Several people within the Conservative Party are praising her. About time Caucasians are fighting back, even defending her situation, because the person that she was saying this to was a convicted felon. As a person who believes in God, two wrongs don't make it right. Both were wrong. There should have been no reason why a convicted pedophile was near a playground. Second, there should have been no reason why this Caucasian woman was throwing the N-word around, especially to, I guess, presumably to a autistic child. Then raises about close to $200,000 in support to protect her family because she decided to utilize hateful words. And I'd like to sit here and say to anyone in the Conservative Party who supports this woman, you're a racist piece of shit. To the members in the Conservative Party who condemn her actions, may God bless your souls. Because at the end of the day, for conservatives to support a woman who would sit there and shout liberal ideologies, you are truly rhinos. Have a good day. And let's be very clear. At the end of the day, to me, all lives matter. So if someone was to utilize the C word towards white people, I would defend the Caucasian person. My fiance's Caucasian. To anyone who is Hispanic, if they were to be called the S word, I will defend you. To anyone who is called the N word, I will defend you. Because at the end of the day, to me, as an American, all lives matter.
Hey everyone, if you're watching this, please like, follow, and share. So it was an incident that I seen on Facebook that's obviously went viral of this woman called Shiloh Hendricks. Looked like a middle-aged probably younger white woman, and she has a young child with her, probably no more than 2 years old or whatever. And she's at the playground and she's calling this young black child the N-word. And she's saying it multiple times. And an individual there, I believe he was probably Hispanic, he confronted her and was like, why do you think that's okay? And she went on to say, oh, well, he took chips out of my bag or purse or whatever, diaper bag, and that was my son's. He stole it. Which in these type of situations, where is the proof? I don't believe anything that come out of women like her mouths, because just history. Like, where's the facts? I'm pretty sure he didn't even take nothing out the bag. Okay, I don't even believe her at this point. And I believe she's probably going through some shit at home, getting cheated on, whatever. And this was her day to sit here and be proud to be racist and take it out on a young child, in which I don't know where his mom was. Please, in 2025, in this day and age, in this climate with this administration, stop leaving your young children, especially without some adult supervision or a older peer, out here around these adults, okay? Stop it. As a previous CPS worker, I'm going to tell you to stop it. It's not safe. This child could have probably got really hurt if nobody else with common sense was around, because she clearly didn't comprehend. So she went on and created a fundraiser, basically saying she's going through some hardship all of a sudden because she got called out, and she's upset because people are attacking her for calling the child for what he is. What he is. What do you mean? So please go and report this listing. I made sure I put in there that she basically violated a young child's civil rights by calling him the word. She knew exactly what she was doing. No, you don't get to have money. They need to take that listing down. It's violating civil rights, the Constitution at that. So please go and report it. She needs to learn her actions were not okay. You're a grown woman and saying that to a young child. This is not the generation where you think you're going to get away with treating people like that. So please look her up, go watch the videos, and report.
Have you heard the name Shiloh Hendrix? This person right here. Here's a closer look at this person, Shiloh Hendrix. And if you're wondering, like I was, who this person is and why is she trending, you're not going to be happy when you find out. Shiloh Hendrix is famous for raising a ton of money to quote unquote help her protect her family. And you might be asking, well, Brian, what does she need protection for? Why does she need protection? Shiloh Hendrix called a 5-year-old black boy who has autism the N-word. And then when confronted, the person filming her, she called him the N-word at least 5 times. And that is terrible. That is disgusting behavior. But what's even worse, and it shouldn't be shocking, but it is that she raised over $100,000. But that's not what it is currently. Her original goal was for $150,000. They surpassed that goal and they went to $300,000. She currently has $311,000, and she is.
This is all I got from this video. And you know what? I think at this point in time, these people, I just do not get it, sincerely speaking. How is she making money through something like a GoFundMe, almost 300 and something US dollars, right? So far. But one thing I know for sure, they have taken that down. And thank you all so much for going out there to report. Yes. Now, everybody wants to make money off Black trauma. Calling a child word, and you are racking money online, and some silly goods. Those guys those black young men that said that they didn't see anything wrong in her making money off it, that it is just a word, that she was only trying to protect her son or her from a 5-year-old. Who is she protecting? You all are very silly. You all are silly. You are a coon, a rocket raccoon. That is what you are. You are a tap dancer, an Oreo. a real wannabe. Like, how do you want to defend that on a child? See, I don't know, but there are some things that you do not make excuses for, no matter how you are a racist, no matter how racist you are. There are some things you cannot defend, and that is trying to say some certain kind of words on a child. Do not ever come out to do that. That is a full grown ass woman. That is a full somebody's child. That is somebody's wife. A full grown up. That is an old person. What is wrong with you people? That is an old person coming out to call a child that kind of word, and you want to protect this woman and you want to defend her. You must really be sick in your head, because if you are not sick, tell me what would make you defend such attitude. You all be going so wild on this Beyonce's internet recently. And some people want to compare this to Kamala Anthony and the other guy. What happened to them? Because Kamala Anthony started a GoFundMe to help him with the case, and also the young man's family also did. So what is the problem now? This is how you people put people into trouble. You are going to bully the person and then turn out to be the victim in the end, because it has always been your story. It has always been you people. You all make me so sick some majority of the time. This is a very stupid attitude, a very nasty one, and should not be condoned, should not be tolerated. I don't support silly things like this. That you woke up and what you want to do is to call somebody the N-word. No, you all should stop that bullshit. That is that is silly. And somebody wants to defend that. You are also silly too. No, I don't tolerate things like this. That is nonsense. Bye for now.